for just this. What I got here. And I carry way more than most people. I got 2 cameras in here.
Howdy, y'all. We are out here in the woods behind the shop. We got Rodney and we got Stan the Man.
Stan the
and
Man.
that's what he calls himself on YouTube.
Okay. That's his YouTube handle.
His handle, yeah.
Infamous.
We are gonna well, first of all, Rodney is the recurve man. We'll talk more about him in a minute. This joker can shoot a recurve better than anybody I've ever seen.
That.
How many deer have you shot with a recurve?
166.
166 deer with a recurve.
I've shot more than that, but I only found 166.
That's the way it goes. They brought their tree saddles, and they're going to show us the whole rundown of how this works. I'm on the mobile signal, not the Wi-Fi. I think we got a good signal, so it may glitch in and out a little bit, but we should be good.
Yeah, we got a little bit of delay. Pretty good delay.
Trying to get some poison ivy so I remember my trip up here. Oh. My goodness, that's one thing I don't get. I get it, but I'm going to wash my hands, that's why. Run down and jump that pond. All right, you want me to go ahead and start?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here's what I do. I just have to carry this right here in. That's everything to get up a tree anywhere in the woods, as long as you can use a screw-in step. So when I get to the tree, I set it down and you can puff out some baffle around, so if deer comes along, it'll smell that and it won't smell where I stop. And this is the Tethered Phantom. That's one of the new saddles. That's one of the lightest ones you can get. And they make, if you're a guy with nice, strong, big hips, then you might want to get one of those new ones that got a lot of fabric. It'd make it more comfortable for you.
Is that what Stanley's got?
That's, I got the same one. You got the same one, but yeah, they do make it's called a Cruiser XC, and it's got a lot of fabric. And it's not heavy, but it would be a lot more comfortable, less hip pinch. So you just put this on. It has leg straps. I like those, and I'll tell you why I like them once I get up there.
But the Phantom's
Even though you don't really need them, you can't fall.
40-inch waist.
Yeah, but you got plenty of room in the waist. But this, all you do is just stick it in these little tabs here.
How long have y'all been using these things?
I've been doing it for 2 years. I actually bought a Guido's Web probably 10 years ago. And it was just so big and bulky, and whenever the way I climb, I didn't like it, and I sent it back. But then they started coming up with these a few years back, I think 2 or 3 years back. And I actually bought one of those old sit drags. It's just a little thing, it's not really climb rated at first, and designed it. So when I get there, I get that, and I got a little, this is the platform. It's called a Predator platform. I do something unique with it here, and I'll show you in a minute. But when I get ready to go up the tree, I'll take the stand off there, the bat wing thing, and I got a little piece of bungee, and I just stick it right there, and then it just hangs on my back as I climb. All right, so, and in this pocket I got, this is a drill that you drill a tree with, drill a hole, 3/8 hole, and this is a solid carbon bolt. It weighs about 1 ounce. So the whole system to get up a tree weighs less than 1 pound.
That's wild.
And I can go 30 feet, probably 40 feet. This has got about 12 bolts in it. And I usually go about 2, so I'll just put in 1. Right now, you don't mind me drilling 1 hole in your tree?
Go for it.
Okay, I'll do it on this side. Of course, you have to learn to drill with your left hand. It takes a little while to learn that.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. And once you do it, you don't have to do it again the rest of the year. And then when the spring comes, the sack horse fill it in and it won't kill the tree. I got some trees that I drill the same hole out every year when I go back. So you just take this out, stick it in there, and then just repeat all the way up the tree.
Huh.
Next time I come, all I gotta do is just hit the same holes.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just pretend I'm up there and I'm getting ready to put this on. Now I would also, of course, take my bow, and I just got a little pull-up strap here. It doesn't tangle much, like 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing. And I'll tie that on. And then, of course, I got my 1/2 inch webbing tie this on and then I'll clip my bow. I'm gonna give Stanley the knee pads. Now you gonna use the knee pads? Where they do it?
I'm probably gonna do like you and just use
Yeah.
my
You
pack.
could use knee pads to put your and then hang your pack up by the way, but I just do it a little bit differently, and I'll show you in a second why I do it that way.
Bill Laura said we need to start a GoFundMe page to get Jeremy way up the tree.
Okay.
Oh, I'm planning on putting this on.
Get him
for
up
you
way
now.
up the tree.
It ain't-
All right. So when I get there, now I'm on the tree here. If I was right here and I was going to put it on this side, if you want to be more comfortable in the tree, you need to see which way it's leaning. All right. So you want to be on the high side. So when this tree as it's leaning that way, it's better for you to be on right here. That way it looks like it's leaning. You'll know whenever you get up there because it'll want to pull you.
Gotcha.
Okay. So when I get ready to climb a tree, I take this one rope here out, and this is am steel, and I use it for the bridge and which is a unique way. Usually they got 3 different ropes, so I only use 2. So you put that around as my lineman. I don't even use the lineman loops. I use the bridge loops, and got what's called a conduct ascender, and I just tie it into the bridge loop, and so it's easy to adjust. So you get that up there. When you get right, you're gonna put your saddle up. You just take this off. And another thing I do is I take these right here, and I put steps on but the compound is not as hard to shoot around the tree because it's short. You can hold and be upright, but with the recurve, the string will come back in. So you have to really get on out there. A recurve or a longbow, anything longer. On the right side. Normally I would be on the right side. I just drilled that hole. I would have been on the correct side. Okay, and then just lean out. Always just trust your belt and don't fight it. And it's easy to climb with these bolts and all. Pull it up kind of tight, then I'll adjust them. I get 9 o'clock, and then the other one at 12, if that's 12, 3. Pull it up tight and bite it in there. And another good thing about these, now I would normally be on this, would be the one I'd be on, I'd be stepping up from a step down here. Okay, well, you never have to unhook yourself. You could just come right over.
Gotcha.
Like you would with a normal stand, just do it like that. Step right up here. And then when I get here, I got 2 of these things here. I got a Cranford Mini T. I just got
What makes the easy climb.
I use just a piece of fuel line hose with a paracord through it to hold it. And now I go navel height, right there. Screw it in. So I'm just leaning on the lineman rope now. Get down there and leave it straight up and down. And then I got a just Cranford bow holder. Now I just go right above about as high as I can reach and put it dead center too. All right. Now this is the tree tether. This is the part that holds you to the tree. And it's just a daisy chain that I made. Simple to do. You can get on the internet and see how to make them. And I just bring that around. And with a recurve, it's easier if you keep the tether low. And the reason why I went to this system, because if you keep the tether low and you got one of those ascenders with a carabiner, then you got a bridge that's not adjustable, you only got so much range before you hit it.
Yep.
So with this, I got way more range. So I just come in here, pull it through, just twist it clockwise and wind it up tight. Okay, and then I got to unhook and I got to take this off. So a lot of people might be nervous of that. But if you do this, if you just bring one of these loops up here, put it right here. Even if now I won't test it when I'm in the tree, but I'll show you, you can't fall. See, I'm attached.
Gotcha.
And I normally do it this way. I normally just for safety, I'll loosen this up, bring it around here, clip it in, then let it go. That way, even if I somehow pull that out, which I wouldn't, I'm still, it wouldn't go back through the carabiner.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when I get adjusted there, just adjust this down a little bit lower. This saddle here feels better when it's a little lower on the hips. And I'll pull this out of the way. And then I'll put this here. You can take it if you want to. It makes you feel better. You got some redundancy there. You doubled in.
Gotcha.
So even if this broke, whatever broke, this right here would stop you enough to be able to grab a tree. So you got 2 points where you're connecting. All right. So then I pull up my bow. And it doesn't take long once you get good at it. This is the first time I've been in the tree. Putting one out this year. Now bring this up. And I put this over that thing right there. And I grab my bow. And it hangs right here. Okay, and I like to, because this has got a longer strap, take this and just hook it up like it's on a person.
Gotcha.
Just pull it around, cinch it down. And that way the pack doesn't move. Okay. And you can bring them in so wind won't blow them around and the deer see it. You gotta think of everything when you gotta get them 10 yards, because I can't hit them past 10, 15 yards. All right, so I got everything sucked in. Once I get everything kind of sucked in tight, so there's not as much surface area for a deer to see. And you don't need knee pads, because all you got to do is that. It's comfortable. You get tired on up in the morning or early evening, just let it out a little bit. See how that fits your head just right?
Oh yeah.
You just sit here and take a nap. John's like, I got to have that. Because how many times do you feel like taking a nap, right? All right, so you get up the tree, I get my arrow and all in there. Got the bow holder, and I'm ready to hunt.
That's pretty
Just in
slick.
that little bit of time. Now, if deer comes up, which is the easiest way to shoot them? They call this the weak side and this the strong side. It's simple to shoot from here. You know, you can shoot anywhere out there. But even for me, because with the compound, now another thing I didn't show you is once you get up here, I always do what they call a little toe hook.
Mm-hmm.
You pull that, push down, and then it bites it in there good.
Gotcha.
Right? So you bite it in there good. And then that way you just push on those steps, and then it won't make any noise. Okay, and I always like to get, even out here, if I'm gonna shoot out there, I just like to have that, because I can get out here more. If I'm just on that by itself, it's harder to do. See, I can do it this way, simply.
Yeah.
So even right there, I can shoot one right there. All out there is easy. See, one comes on this side. Now you can do all that fancy stuff they do on the internet. You can put your foot here, and I've killed one that way before. Put your foot here and spin out and shoot one on the weak side this way, you see, if you want to. You can do it, but for me, whenever a deer's close, you know, we hunt spooky deer. I'll just come over my bridge when I see a deer come from that way. And this is where this comes in, is you can adjust yourself up, all right? And then you're standing in this thing, and these right here start to torque.
Yeah.
And it holds me, and I can just kind of come around, all the way around and shoot this way without ever having to come around and all out through here. I can shoot wherever I want to. And you're completely tied off at all times.
Somebody said, do we know if this is legal in all 50 states? I have no clue.
It's legal in all 50 states except for the bolts. Now, you can drill a tree in Kansas, is where I go out of state. You can drill a tree in South Carolina and Georgia, and that's all I need. If you can't drill, you can use, and I have some, Crampton makes a rope-on step, which has am steel. You can hook it on there and carry a pack of ropes. Rope-on steps, or you can use sticks.
Yeah.
But I never liked those because they're so heavy and gaudy. And you can do it, of course, they work. And that's why a lot of people use them, because it's not legal to do that. But if you learn to use, tree hopper makes the drill,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just use regular old 3/8 grade 8 bolts. But if you're lighter and you climb light, I always say, some people climb heavy, some people climb light.
Mm-hmm.
I always been a light climber. In other words, I kind of just feel like I drift up the steps, where I've seen people try to spring themselves up to the next step, and you
Yeah.
can't use a carbon bolt. If you do that, you'll break it.
Yeah.
But the carbon bolts are just, they go in there so much better and hold good. But that's it. And then when you get up there, I can put my phone. I got a little thing on my phone here. Let's say I need something.
Oh yeah.
I got all my stuff. I got my gum, whatever, eye drops, because I'm getting old. And so I can see better when it gets late. I got everything I need here. My water. And so I don't have to, and then this is important. This is my baffle.
Mm-hmm.
So if I puff that out,
Yep.
check the wind, and when the deer comes around, you know, I have had deer come in even downwind because they smell this. And I know they smell me too. Only thing I've ever seen that would work that way. You ought to start carrying that, because it does work.
What was it? We tried to get some last year.
Yeah,
Wasn't
they
it?
had it today, too.
Yeah.
And
They still
that's
make
it.
though. I checked.
And it's just simple, easy, comfortable. I hunted 2 times in Kansas. The guy had a stand up, and I went and sat in there for 4 hours, you know, and the tree was fine, but it still makes you sit more slumped over, and your neck starts hurting and your shoulders start hurting. But this doesn't do that. And I got one more thing here I didn't even think about that that I normally use if I got a long sit. It's a back band. So you just take this, put it over you, run it up here to the, and just adjust it this way. And what that'll do, the back band will do, if you have any pinch at all, if you just bow your back a little bit, see, it takes pressure off, and you can adjust the saddle where you want to, because the back band's holding a lot of the weight, you see, by doing that.
Oh yeah.
And that distributes the weight better. And then you can sure enough sleep with this thing.
Oh yeah.
You can just lay back like right here, and
I figured that's why Stanley's got one.
it does work good. But if you had this set up here, you hunt anywhere, anytime, with 20 pounds a pack. Then I got, like I say, 2 cameras in there. I got a jacket, a rain poncho. I carry everything with me. I don't have to worry about forgetting anything. 3 flashlights, and enough bolts in there to go probably 35 feet.
What else have they been asking, TJ?
Let's see. Adam Smith said that he's been running a saddle for 7 years. Best way to hunt. Yes, your tree tether height will also change the pressure on your hips too.
It will if you don't have an adjustable saddle. I mean, an adjustable bridge. See, because I got an adjustable bridge and I can keep my tree. If you run it short or low with one like Stanley's got, that got the hang off, you know, you lose this much. So, and if you don't have an adjustable bridge, you can't go but so high, you see? And then you lose all this. And I can do this, see, because I tied this off. I made this is a doubled up am steel. Just run it back through itself, so it's thick enough for this ascender to grab it. And all you got to do then, I can come all the way up to the tree like this.
Yeah.
You see, so I'm completely up against the tree, or I could go. I've done this plenty of times too. As I'll just take. Let's say this thing's not exactly right. Let me tell you another thing that's good about it too. To say the sun gets on you in a regular stand, you just have to endure it. When the sun gets on me, I can come over here for a while.
Yeah.
Right? If I want to come all the way over here and even shoot.
Yeah.
If a deer's coming in, I had to hunt a low stand because couldn't get high enough to see. I can hunt low when I see the deer coming. I can come around this way, and he's right there. So I'm hiding behind the tree. I'm not on the side. If he came in, he might see me. I can come over here, shoot this way, or when he gets right there and shoot this way. See how great that is?
Yep.
It gets me excited.
Can you use a saddle to elk hunt in Washington?
Yes, and you can use a saddle anywhere. As long, I don't know about your method to get up the tree for Washington. I don't know if you could use those drills, but that would be great if you could, because a pound would get you as high as you want. You don't have, and you can get in any tree you want. It doesn't matter what the tree looks like, how many limbs it's got, nothing. You just drill a hole, get up there. If that would work, you know, I don't know if Washington allows you to drill a tree on public land. I know it would on private land, but on public land.
He lives there.
Yeah.
All right, you want to stand and show you.
We should have done mine first. Mine was basic.
He's got the basic.
Advanced.
And you know, and I do.
We'll let him take his
I
off.
live this stuff. Anyway, because I just love figuring out ways to do it. But the way to, in my opinion, to use this this amp steel tether, because here's another thing you can use it for. Once you're going up and you come to a tree limb that you don't want to ever be, you know, to have to undo, you can just take your tether off, then clip it around, undo this, go up, put it right back on there. So it's like your second lineman rope too, and then when you get up there, it's just so simple. It don't want to slide, and you got that redundancy from being able to put it on that thing. So if anything broke, you still attached to the T.
Yep.
So I got two things attaching. Just no way to fall. All right, Stan, you want me to get down?
Why are you getting down? I'm gonna talk about one little thing. I mean, the mass route I'm going to as an older person because it's safe. I'm an emergency first responder with a fire department. Me and my son were together on a call, and we was the first one there to find a guy that had fell out of a tree. I promise you, that will get you attention when somebody's laying there bleeding out of the ears. And I don't care what you wear your safety stuff. And Rodney had a guy fall. He was the first one to him. He fell out and he was coming down, and a limb was in the way, and he took his safety belt off. Wouldn't know what happened.
Well, he was gonna. He was getting out of the stand. There was a limb there. He was gonna wait till he got out to put it on, because you know, if you got a safety harness on in the tree stand, you can't get it around the stand.
Yep.
So you get around this, you never have to worry about it. But in a big stand, you got to take it off. And a lot of people say, "I'll just step down first." That's when it gets you. The first steps out is when you get.
Friend of Rodney's,
when you have trouble.
Luckily recovered after he got airlifted out.
Yeah.
Broke pelvis, but it's.
I know. I keep more and more people I know that fell out of stuff.
And the way I seen a stat yesterday said 1 in 3 people will fall out of a tree stand. And I figure as many years as we've been hunting, you're just pushing your luck.
Would you say if you fell, would you bounce?
More likely. I don't plan on falling out. I know somebody said they never would fall. Remember that? What that you had happen? Luckily you were down low, a tree step.
Oh yeah, I was going up with one of these, and I clipped onto an old tree hopper belt that had a metal D ring, but the hook had a flat spot. So I'm just going up the tree, no problem, drilling holes, and I clipped it like that, and it made a noise like it went in. But it just set on the flat part of the thing. It wasn't even clipped on, it was just setting on the flat part. I drilled the tree and everything, and I went, put my drill back, and I went to grab the tree, and that thing just come loose. And I barely hit the tree, but I went down. I was about 3 steps high.
Man.
Had to stand on my back, an old type stand. You know, banged up the back of my head. I wouldn't have hunted though. I didn't kill anything.
I mean, it can happen.
Hard work fixes everything. Says don't let Stanley fall. You'll never hear the end of it.
I know who that is. Hello, son.
Who is that?
I got a feeling I know who that is.
One of your boys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hop down.
Yeah, I don't plan to. That's what I like, because you're always tied in. I mean, anything can happen, but you know.
Normally I just reverse the way I went up. I just reverse everything, let the thing down, pull up my rope, put my stuff back on the side and side.
Somebody said, can you show them the drilling thing again?
I can.
I guess they tuned in later, didn't see it.
All right, let me go ahead and I'll unhook this stuff here and put it.
All right.
While you talking that, the platform I got, Tree Hopper makes that also. Ain't that who makes that platform?
Tree Hopper makes that platform too. And that's a stationary platform. One thing about this one over that one is if you got a tree that really leans, you know, you can adjust it like you can a lone wolf. In other words, I can make it flatter if a tree went out. I killed a nice buck in Kansas 2 years ago, and the trees on the side of those fence rows, you know.
Yeah.
It went up, and one tree limb went straight out, but it had one little flat spot. It went like that, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
So I mean, the tree was actually this far away, so I had to have that long bridge to be able to stand there. And I killed him about 15, come in about 10 yards, and I finally got a shot at about 15. But that, you know, being able to climb that tree, you couldn't have climbed it with anything.
Yeah, one thing I found out about Kansas, don't never plan on carrying a climbing stand to Kansas. There's no
little bitty.
If there's a straight tree, I've never seen it. I mean, seriously.
Now I just keep it in the pocket on the side of my saddle, but you can take it. And I even have, as I'm going up, I got clippers for tree limb. When I'm going up a tree limb, clip tree limbs out of the way. And you could just do it this way. You could just get in, put all your stuff in this right here, and this weighs about, well, you can feel it, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, I don't weigh nothing.
That'll get you over 30 feet. I'd climb about 30 inches at a time. You can just put this little thing right here on your belt. All right, and when you get up, get ready to go up a tree, just pull it out, and it's got a folding handle too, so it packs even better. But you just try to put it straight to slightly up. A lot of people try to do that,
Yeah.
and what it does is puts more pressure on the end, and it just really hurts your feet.
Yeah.
So you better off just do it almost horizontal. And it takes 30 seconds maybe.
Are we gonna do a giveaway, Jeremy, or are we gonna wait a week?
I don't even know what we got that we could do a giveaway with.
The only thing we've got in the box is, I think we got one more wrist sling and some of those solid limb saver dampeners.
And then usually you got your lineman belt on, so it would hold you. And you just come up. I always come in. I used to come way up here. I hiked when I was younger, so I would have that much. But now I try to go about like you're gonna punch at a horizontal. Just go straight in, shoulder height. And it takes a little while to learn to do it with your left hand.
Yeah.
But you could always spin around and do it with your right. I used to do that.
See, the black stop, it'll tell you how far in to go.
That's
You know,
right. It
that's
goes
as
the
far
right
as you can
distance
go.
Yeah.
and stops it and pulls all the
Yeah.
meat out of the tree. And once you drill it, it's done. So I can go scouting
Yeah.
and this month find a tree I like, trim shooting lanes, drill it. When I go back,
You ready to roll?
sometimes I make it one more turn and it'll take all the cuts out. And then all I gotta do is go back. And if you're going in the morning, you can stick sticks in it,
Yeah, I have stuck little
or
sticks
you can
in.
scratch it
Yeah.
with a saw. But if you wear a red light
Mm-hmm.
in the morning, if you have a red headlamp, when you come across the hole, it turns black.
Huh.
A red headlamp will make it
shadow.
black. And then you'll see the round hole with your red headlamp. And you just go one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you come down, you pull it out. So if you wanted to leave your stand up, if you're hunting with a regular stand,
Mm-hmm.
you can leave it up there. Nobody could get up there.
Yep.
You come right back and stick the bolts in.
The way I'm gonna do it basically the basic beginning. I guess you could say it ain't advanced like Rodney's. I'm just gonna do
Well,
the basic.
Yeah, that's just the way 99% of people do it.
But there's so many
Which is
different
probably
ways.
the right way.
Yeah. The research.
But-
What's the website? Saddlehunter.net.
Yeah, they got
You get on
saddlehunter.com. Yeah.
saddlehunter.net.
.com.
They got all kind of sub forums, and you can learn everything that you need to know about tree saddles. But we're gonna pretend here, Roger.
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna pretend this is your top step. What I'm gonna go ahead and do everything on the ground to get started. And like he said, you got what they call a strong side and a weak side. I'm left-handed, so this is my strong side, the right side. And I'm just gonna do it like this, because you probably got a lot more compound hunters than you do.
Yeah.
But this is also made by Tree Hopper also.
What does a saddle roughly cost? I know there's a couple different companies now,
I
but
looked today, this one, the Phantom is, just the saddle itself is $249, just the saddle.
There's some out there for around 200.
Yeah, but that's another thing you can get off that tree saw. I don't even know how many different brands. You got these, you got the Arrow Hunter, you got the Trophy Line. They've been out for a long time. They've been out so long that it got old and this thing got new again. They've been making them how many years? A long time.
Oh, Trophy Line used to make them years ago. That's right.
There's also the Cruiser. But anyway, we're gonna put this. I'm gonna do it. Actually, you need to have this is about where you want to be. I'm left-handed.
yeah.
So when I get up there, hand me my bow. But I was going to use it for reference. But I'm doing a little bit different. I'm climbing. This is my lineman's belt. Yeah, I climb. You'll notice once you leave, before I ever leave the ground, I'm gonna have this on.
Yeah.
So I know where I'm.
That's just like any other way you climb, with your
Oh,
lineman
yeah.
belt.
I'm gonna always be
The
attached.
saddle just becomes your harness instead of one of those other types.
I'm just gonna do it the basic way as I go up. And as I get up here, what I do, this bag on the back, they call it a sys hauler. You can get off Amazon the ammo dump bags.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice, these things have mileage loops on both.
Yeah.
So you can put any kind of attachment you want. And being a compound shooter, I go with a high. I like a high loop, a high tether. Yeah, go up. This is called a Ropeman 1, an ascender and descender. It's great for making it so much quicker putting everything on. You just stick it through like this.
TJ, holler if you see questions keep popping up, but they're not staying on my screen long enough for me to read them for some reason.
Grundan 69 asks, how long would it take to get acclimated to hunting from a saddle?
Some people are just more comfortable at heights. It don't bother me, and some people, are scared of heights.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things you want. I would start, if I wanted to go to one, you're kind of late for this season, but I would start getting everything first of next year and just start off low.
Or just do it at home.
And that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
at home, and just keep working your way up. But this bridge is 3,000 pound test.
Yeah.
Even though it says everything's rated for 300 pounds, like I told you, when they was developing this saddle here, they said they put it on a strain gauge and broke the gauge at 3,000 pounds.
Man.
But that's 300. That's probably over 3. How many pounds would you say this amp steel is, Rodney?
It's 8,000 pounds.
Yeah,
for an
8,000
amp
pounds
steel.
of steel. You might have something else break. But as I go up, I like a high tether, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. Like this. And you can adjust it. All right, see, I'm still attached. I actually attached in 2 places
Mm-hmm.
right now, but when I get up there, I'll take this one off. I'm just going, for time purposes, I'm just going to let it hang down here. So see, I'm up here now. I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. I'm not going to put the pack and all that. He's already demonstrated that. But I'll just show you on my bow. Well, I like to buy, and I'm left-handed. Say you hunting white oak or a corn pile, persimmon trees like here. For me, this would be my purpose. The thing I like about it, you can hide
Yeah.
right here. And you can shoot, I'll just show you how much range you can shoot. Even with this little platform, you can shoot all the way around right here.
It's easier with a compact.
Yeah.
And you can come all the way around.
And you can put your knee, I think he's got one bad knee, but if you
Yeah.
put your knee into the packer here,
Mhm.
it'll allow you really to spin
all the way
around.
around here. Or you could come around like this, bring your bow over, and shoot all the way. But basically,
Yeah,
That's
you got
almost-
360.
that's
Yeah.
almost 360 degrees.
And
Yeah.
he could even put him one step on his right side, being right here, one of those steps I was talking about, and that allowed him to step out and shoot even farther around
Yeah.
this side.
So that's what I like about you got, and I like it too, because like he said, deer we hunt are so spooky, especially late season.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
And
hide
another
from the
thing, if you
deer.
got this, Jeremy, if you got just a pack
Mm-hmm.
with just one, you don't need but one. See, what stand, you got to have one everywhere unless
Yeah.
you're going to set them every day. Well, you put that platform in there, drill your trees, or have your. And here's another thing: if you got private land, those holes I put in there, I take 1/2-inch lag bolts, and I'll 6-inch, 1/2-inch, get them off eBay for about 50 of them for $30.
Yep.
And I put those in there, except for the last 2.
Yep. And just leave them.
And I just put 2 regular bolts in there, and I go up them if it's private. And then as the years go along, you can back them out.
Yeah.
You see, and make them long again.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if you got
Who's
private
next?
land, you can leave it.
I don't know if I can scale that thing in Crocs.
But like I said, you're always tied in. I ain't saying you can't fall, because something could go wrong.
The
Hey,
thing to do is to pay attention once in other
Yeah.
words, because even though you never have to undo everything, you do kind of have to clip things in right.
Yeah.
We'll say these carabiners, I think, are called screw gates.
Yeah.
And he even put paint on this one. So you screw it all the way down to the red.
White out on it so
Yeah.
you can see.
White out. That one's got red, but I got another one that got white. See how when you screw it in, so you can see the red.
Gotcha.
That means it's not locked.
Yeah.
But if you screw your carabiner all the way down,
You won't have a problem
You won't
because you
have a
could
problem.
potentially, if you were standing up and you got a little bit of slack and that rope got around on top of that
Mm-hmm.
screw gate and it put pressure on it, it comes out.
Yeah.
so you can't right there.
That's right.
But he uses that Kong duck. I use that Ropeman 1 as a sender. Those things, you know how most you climb, but it's got those prusik hitches on it, slide, and they get in a bind.
See, he's got an adjustable bridge that uses a prusik.
Yeah,
It
it's
comes
got
on the
prusik
saddle
on
that
my
way.
bridge. I just got it all the way out, but you get pressure on it, it's aggravating.
And it's hard to adjust on the fly. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I like to tie mine in. I just tie that ascender here. I tie it right here
Yeah.
because I'm right-handed, and it stays there. And I eliminate this because once you put pressure on it, you can get it, but you got to kind of work it with your hand. You got to squeeze it and then pull up on this or
hard to
pull
do it.
down.
It's
It's
hard
just
to do
harder.
it
With a
one-handed.
deer there, I can move it around easy with
Mhm.
that other because it's so light.
I just like because of the versatility, like you said, you can shoot almost basically 360 degrees.
With an extra step on the thing, you can go 360 easy.
Yeah.
And you can get out of the sun, which is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
When that sun gets on you
Yeah.
in the evening in the early season,
Hot.
God, and you
Real
can
hot.
just swing around the tree out of the sun. And I got old now. When the sun's in my face, a lot of times I can't see anything.
Well, I just didn't do the pack and the bow holder and all because of the time, but I'm basically going to do. I'm just going to screw in the bow holder, hang my bow.
And people
right
that
here.
have a small packet don't even want to carry anything. You can put pouches. See right here. We can talk about that. These little things here.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Pouches right here. You can put one here, and it's got one right there.
Yep.
And you could put, something to drink in there.
I think y'all can see
that
that.
kind of stuff.
It's got
Called
Didn't know
Powell's
my rear
webbing.
end was
Yeah.
gonna be so
Uh-huh.
famous.
And you can put all these little pouches on there. And if you put 3 pouches, a lot of people don't carry much stuff. They want something to drink,
Yeah.
a little snack bar or something. They could just go right in
I-
there,
I
and that's
was
all
on-
they would need. And then some knee pads so they can put the
Mm-hmm.
leg into the tree. They wouldn't even need a pack.
I was
for a
on
quick hunt.
Amazon today, and they have what they call the ammo dump pouches.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. You get some of them a 2-pack for $11.
Where-
Well, maybe a little noisier than these.
Where y'all hunting this year? Kansas again?
He is. I didn't
Yeah,
put
I'm
in
going.
this year. They got.
But I just soon hunt down Lake Russell.
Yeah.
On the public property. Shoot, give me a 4-pointer. I like a little 4-pointer, about 10 or 12 yards.
I-
I can hit him then.
I've known Rodney, I guess, since early 2000s at Bucks and Bass, and Gene too, and Stanley and everybody. But Rodney is the recurve master.
I've always enjoyed it because it lets me shoot a lot.
Yep.
You see, when you get good with a compound, you
What
lose
are-
the fun.
What are you shooting now? What you got there?
So, this is a laminated. I hunted last year with the Osage bow, just
Mhm.
a self bow, and but this year this is a laminated longbow made by Tolkien Archery, Montana bows.
I got you.
He makes them out of Montana. But it's 54 inch, 56 at 28. Feel that.
That's what I like.
Yeah, that is nice. I can't even carry one. I tried to carry a compound. I can't even stand the hole.
That thing is lightweight.
Y'all went to
Yeah.
the tree one day. You ready to get down? He take both those out.
I just throw that chunk it out of the tree. I know me and Gene were scouting one time, and Gene said that limb there needs to come down. I said that dead limb, right? Pruning it off. I said, which one? That right there? And he said, yeah, that one, the one right there. He was up in the tree. I just took the bow and said, like a boomerang. Hit that limb, broke it off. The bow fell on the ground, didn't hurt it.
Oh man.
They tried to talk Stan into a Washington State mule deer and salmon fishing trip. Rather shoot does than buck nelly.
I agree with that.
See?
Nothing wrong with buck nelly does.
Yeah, he lives up there in the communist state of Washington.
Y'all have probably seen Stan on our live feeds. Stan the Man's what he goes by. He was the one. He done got laid up in the hospital, had his gallbladder snatched out, giggling at us that night.
Yeah.
But he's, I guess they did a good job because he's going up a tree
Is that when you
today.
had that reduction surgery too?
Those things going south. I know it is.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully, I know the signal probably was not as good with the running off of cellular signal, but we appreciate y'all watching. And if you got any more questions, you can post them afterwards, and we'll talk to these boys and see what they tell us. But it's I like it. I mean, I think I mean, to be able to walk in with just that pack pretty much and do what y'all did, that's neat. I like it a lot.
Enjoyed it.
We'll see y'all next time.